Good morning and welcome back to the Attack of the B Team. I am Mr. OneWolfe, and I was just recently hanging out with William Tell, who seemed to have missed. Got an arrow stuck right there through my eyes. Ah, hurts. Take it out. Somebody take it out. But in our last episode, or my last episode, I was working on Tinker's Construct to get some of these cool, awesome, epic new tools. And let me show you what I've gone ahead and crafted up. Things have changed a little bit around here. I've done some rearranging. Oh man, that's so slow. Let me grab my shovel and my axe. Okay, so things have changed. I've got the smeltery hooked up. Lots changed in that room in there. I went ahead and tried to get some liquid emerald going on, or at least get a more efficient way of creating emeralds instead of, just mining them, because right now I don't know where a what is that, a thing, why is it always this month words just escape me? So an extreme hills, that's what I'm trying to say, is I don't know where there's an extreme hills. So what I've tried to do, and this is better demonstrated from bat mode, so you guys can kind of see what's going on. One of the things I added to the smeltery was a little secret lever here in the back that, if working properly, let's go sneak inside. Hello? Yeah, it's working. What it's supposed to do is spawn villagers. Exact copy, no. I did bring a villager down to a pretty low health. And, you know what? It's actually going to work for me this time. Woohoo! Okay, he's taking damage. But, honestly, it has been so glitchy that I just stopped using it. So what you do is somehow you manage to get a bunch of villagers into the smeltery, and you boil them down, and they make these awesome emeralds. So it looks like, oh, there's some more blood, liquefied emerald, and apparently I've got so much iron in there that it mixes with the emerald and the blood and makes this pig iron, which I don't really care about so much. One problem though is the villagers don't spawn in the thing. They don't stay in there. I may have to raise up the spawner a little bit farther and make them fall farther. Oh, now look, it's Elvis. Hey Elvis, how's it going? This guy trades emeralds for node blocks. That is awesome. There's another hippie looking guy. He's got a long hair, black beard kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know what he is. I don't know. In fact, there's also a Tinker's Construct villager specifically. But I'm going to go ahead and shut this off for now. Looks like all my emerald is getting turned into pig iron anyways, which I don't really want. But what I do want to, today's episode, I do want to show off all this cool stuff. Let's start with the sword, I suppose. What do we have in there? Creeper. No, I don't want to mess with creepers. I don't want an accidental explosion. I've gone ahead and collected a whole bunch of safari guys, horses, sheep, blaze, imp, blizzards, snow golem, pigmen, hamsters. I finally got a hamster. Voodoo Beard managed to capture some hamsters and hand them out to certain people who I happen to trade with at a later point, and went ahead and got some cool stuff. Let's go with this skeleton. This is one of my favorites, and the sword works really well on him. So let's stick him in there, and we do have to set this one to exact copy, otherwise we get normal skeletons. So turn that on. And I think we need to turn off the grinders. I need to put up signs that say which setting is which. So, what we have are wither skeletons. A little lag going on. So I kind of changed up the room a little bit. I put in an autonomous activator, and I added some hoppers here at the end. Oh, is that a helmet I don't have? No, it's not a hat I don't have. I don't think I have that one though. Yay! A pool hat. Okay. That's great. Pool hat. So I've been collecting wither skulls and hats. And experience. Ooh, that's a hat I don't have. So let me show you what I've got on this sword. And let's turn that off for now. Come on. Alright. Alright, let's head over to our tinker table. Here, Tool Forge, I believe is what it's called. And I'll show off what I've got on it. One of the first things I've put on all my tools is a flux capacitor from thermal expansion, which gives the thing about 400,000 durability. This is actually made with let's see if I can find it. Whatever that is. It's a combination of cobalt and that other stuff I was mining in the last episode. So you mix those two together and you get this really strong stuff. It's really good for swords, but just about crap for everything else. It gives you a lot of damage and a lot of durability. But for mining, it's not that great. It does have a very high mining rate. It's more like gold. Well, not really, more like gold. Never mind, I said that. So for mining, I went with cobalt. Does this have a mining rate? No, it doesn't. This has a mining rate. I used cobalt on that. This hammer. Oh, I've got to show off this hammer. This is just an absolutely awesome hammer. I love this thing. It's so cool. And then a shovel. I went and called it a steam shovel. I haven't finished upgrading it yet though, but it's pretty effective so far. And then the lumber axe, one of my second favorite things. I have yet to decide what I want to do with it. I probably should put some more mining speed on it. But so let me explain how I crafted these suckers. Mostly with paper. For some reason, paper is a pretty cool item to use. So let's go ahead and make... That's a large sword blade. Do I have a standard sword blade, a wooden sword blade, a paper sword? Well, let's just go ahead and take the paper. And then... standard tool rod. So... let me grab the wooden one just to show in comparison what the paper does. So I want to make a sword. So if I go with that, interesting. Maybe it needs the tough tool rod. We'll grab the paper tough tool rod. Wow. Weird how it's not working. Well, I guess I can show you guys on this rapier. It's not been upgraded yet. So, what the paper does give you, though, is modifiers. It like doubles your modifiers for each part that you put on. Not to say that the whole piece doubles, but this tool rod would normally give you one modifier. The hilt gives you one modifier, and the blade gives you one modifier. I believe that's how it works. I could be completely wrong. Completely wrong. But if I were to make an entire... I do have one here. I've made it entirely... I made a longsword entirely out of paper, and it's got 7 modifiers. That's just from the paper. That's nothing else added to it. This is paper alone. And the rapier, however, it does actually less damage than the paper one. But the nice thing about the rapier is it ignores armor damage. So if somebody was wearing a lot of armor, I'd still hit them for 2.5 hearts. Whereas this paper one, they wouldn't even notice. They would take no damage at all. But it does have a lot of modifiers. So what I've been doing is I've been using the metal blade primarily, like this. This is a pretty much a good start to what I've done. I've got the Minolan blade, a paper crosspiece, and a paper handle. So I still end up having 5 modifiers, and there's some really cool stuff you can do with those modifiers. For instance, you can put the flux capacitor in there, which gives you more durability and the ability to recharge your tool based off from thermal expansion energy of redstone flux, I believe. You can give it luck and haste, auto smelting, just all kinds of crazy stuff you can put on these with your modifiers. You can make it self-healing. There's lots of stuff you can do with it. So let me just go and demonstrate what some of these tools actually can do. So I will see you down in the basement in just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm still using the stairs to get down here. It's not a direct drop from the power room. Otherwise, I'd set up some sort of elevator block or use a water drop or something just to get down here quickly. But because it's much farther away at an angle, 45-degree angle, I still use the stairs. So since we're here, let's go ahead and start with the lumber axe. This thing is just awesome. And it's not working for me today. I love it. Hey, let's try another tree. Screw you, tree. We'll try this one. Poof! It takes the whole tree down at once. I don't know what's wrong with that tree. Probably because it's stuck in the ceiling. Let's try this one. Ah, poof! No more tree. Nice. Come here. Let's try these trees. Where'd my lumber axe go? Not paying attention. Nope. It doesn't like them when they're stuck in the ceiling. But it's still pretty fast even when I'm flying. And if you've ever tried chopping down a tree while holding shift on a ladder, that's what kind of results occur when you're trying to fly and chop down trees at the same time. Kind of annoying. So this is still pretty fast. It's got a cobalt axe head, or I believe it's the broad axe head. And then I haven't put any other modifiers on it other than the flux. But what I really wanted to demonstrate to you guys was, if you look at this room took me 2 days, I believe 2 6 or 7 hour days. I dug out the tree farm section first, started planting my trees, and then I decided I needed some food, so I dug out this other section. I believe it might have been a total of 12 or even 14 hours just to dig all this out. The biggest issue that I ran into was probably the oil, not so much the digging, but that's 2 days of digging with diamond axes and diamond shovels. Now, with the hammer and the lucky pick, I can dig out a similar section in a few minutes. Because look at what this thing does. It's really fast, and it just cuts right through the mountain like that. That's just amazing. I love it. It's just... And then I've also added silk touch to it, so I don't even have to smelt my stone back into smooth stone. It just goes right through everything. And it's almost as fast when I'm flying. Oops. Almost. So, I think this is actually faster than the, what were those guys called? The turtles from Computercraft. I used to use turtles to clear out large rooms that I didn't need to go all the way down to bedrock with. Ooh, diamonds. Now this pick has fortune on it, and I honestly do not know what level of fortune it says. It just says, for the Tinker's Construct, it just says luck. It doesn't say fortune 1 or 2 or 3 or anything, but it does seem like it's a fairly high level of fortune. I have actually maxed out the fortune rate on it. So, it's good for getting coal. Great for coal and redstone. Mostly using it for getting more lapis, so I can get more fortune put onto it, but I think I've currently maxed it out. The shovel. Yeah, the shovel is the same as the hammer. It's called a steam shovel simply because that's what I named it. Like you can with not enchanting, an anvil, like you can with an anvil. When you're adding modifiers to your tools, you can rename them. I believe this is actually called a mattock, or mattocks. But yeah, just really fast how I can clear out this whole section just in a few minutes. So, what took me 2 days to do, I could probably do it in a few minutes now with these new tools. So, that is why I went out of my way to get Tinker's Construct up and running with the smeltery and everything, so that I could start really getting some more mining done. I needed to clear out some large rooms underneath my power room. That would take me days and days and days and days of digging. Clearing out an entire chunk all the way from what is my base at? Layer... so what's my base at? Layer 120 something? It's pretty high up there. So digging all the way down to, say, bedrock with that is kind of crazy. So I definitely needed some better tools to do it. And another reason is I'm trying to get as much ferrous ore as I can. I don't think I have any down here. I think it's all up in my storage room. which I've been slowly working on. I think I'm going to do a video on that here pretty soon. Probably the next episode is I'm going to show what I've got for storage. But right now, just wanted to show you guys where I'm at with the Tinker's stuff, because that's kind of where I left off last episode. But it has been a few days at least since I last recorded anything. So I'm just really loving these tools. They're great. They're just awesome. If you guys want, let me know and I'll go ahead and make a tutorial video on how to craft some of these. But I haven't really made any tutorials in a while, so definitely let me know if you guys want to see any. Kind of fun to try a tutorial again after a while. I think it's been a year since I've made any kind of tutorial video. So I've been collecting a lot of marble, because I'm going to make my castle out of marble and basalt. I really like using this tool in this hammer and the basalt layers. So if I've got time, I'll definitely show you guys some basalt mining here in a second. So let me go and check on the time, and I'll get back to you guys in a second. Alright, so I do have maybe about 10 minutes left on this episode, so I'm going to go down to a place where I've been farming basalt. It's one of the other materials that I'm going to be using for my castle. And yeah, from the ground. I just love how fast this thing just cuts through all this stuff. It's just amazing. I can clear out a large room area in just, like I said, a few minutes. And then there's the lag. For the most part, this has really been kind of ignoring the block lag. But block lag's been pretty heavy today. Pretty heavy. And then I'm getting all of the cobble as stone, smooth stone. In fact, I've been throwing away smooth stone. Not really using it as much as I would say actual cobble. I don't remember if you can actually pulverize the smooth stone into sand. I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can, though. Oops. There's some lag again. Yep. And all that came back. Poof, poof, poof. Alright, let's go ahead and go over here and toss away some smooth stone and toss some cobble. Just because I don't want it. Okay. Now, there's some news that a new Hypermine pack has just come out, and the server has just gone live. At this point, I still have a lot to do that I want, or there's still a lot I want to do with this this pack. There's still several mods that I am interested in. 3 specific ones: Galacticraft, the Advanced Genetics, and the Sync mod. The Sync mod is actually pretty cool. It allows you to make clones of yourself, and you can swap between your clones. It's really cool. Definitely want to give that one a try at some point here in the near future. At least before switching over. And I mean, I'm not sure about if I'm going to be making a series on the new Hypermine Pack, new Hypermine server. Probably later on, but not so much right away. Not immediately. So I want to try and get those two, those 3 mods kind of figured out. I want to be able to take Galacticraft to at least Mars. There's some ore that you can only get on Mars, or at least that's what the NEI says. I also want to finish out all of thermal expansion and get to using Tesseracts, or at least have a lot of ferrous ore. I have a little bit in here. Oops, in here. Oh, I don't want to show that off yet. That's something for another day. But yeah, I've kind of connected a network, inventory network. I've got a little bit of ferrous ore left, but ferrous ore is right now the only way to get over here. I've got an example of it right here. This stuff, Enderium. I want to get a lot of Enderium, and you need shiny metal to do it. The only way to get shiny metal is from, let's see if ore will bring it up. Nope. Ferrous ore. When you pulverize ferrous ore, there's a small chance of getting shiny metal. And shiny metal is what you need for Enderium. Oh, what was the percentage? 10%. So, that's not too bad. But I can get a lot of this ferrous, pulverized ferrous metal from simply grinding up iron. Not too bad. But what I really want to get is the shiny metal so I can make more Enderium. I want to have a lot of Enderium. So that's the main reason I've made these tools, the Lucky Pick and the Hammer, is so I can quickly mine up as much area as I can, so I can expose as much ferrous ore as I can. Strip mining, or branch mining, as it's more commonly referred to, isn't really the greatest here, especially when you can just slam out a 3x3 area. And because of the large quantity of the ores underground, it's just, there's ores everywhere. So I find it easier just to quarry mine the whole place. But there's no quarries. We don't have any quarries. So this hammer, to me, is like the next best thing. There are evil minions for digging, but I'm not sure if I want to go the evil minion route. I also want to try and have this entire room as fully automated as I can, so I can just, let me out, seal it off, and then do everything from, say, right here. Now I was demonstrating this stuff a second ago, and realized that I wasn't recording at the time, so but if I can seal off everything in here and just have everything, have all the levers from out here, I was thinking of using either this red alloy wire or the red net cables, which are just so much better, because you can fit 16 signals down one cable, so it's pretty cool. It's nice and compact. And then I thought before I finish off this episode, I would mention a little armor rack that I built between now and the last episode. So this is from Bibliocraft. So there's a whole bunch of different kinds of armor in the game, and my mob farm was dropping quite a bit of this enchanted gold and the enchanted chainmail. So I thought I'd go ahead and set up some racks here. This one is pretty interesting. It's imp leather It comes from the imps down in the Nether. Now this is by far, I think, the stupidest, craziest, weirdest armor ever. It's mud armor. Excuse me. It's made from balls of mud. Now, here's a piece of armor I wish was in vanilla, and that's wooden armor. Not because it looks cool or anything, but because of how much wood I end up collecting in vanilla anyways. And of course this came off of, say, zombie pigmen and zombies. And I may want to put up some more racks depending on what kind of armor we have in the game. I'd like to get one of each type, maybe. Oh, and that reminds me. One of the other things that I want to... Somebody's been out killing witches. Fluent is just on a murderous rampage. Jeez, it's killing everybody. As I was saying, I want to get the Tinker's Construct suit of armor. Apparently it actually gives you some serious attack damage with your weapons. So, what was his name? Critical Error has a really powerful sword, but apparently it's not the sword that's doing the most bonuses to damage. It's actually the Tinker's Construct armor that is giving him all the power for that particular sword. Man, my throat is really dry today. So, I think that's everything that's gone on so far. There's a few other things that I've been working on that I believe I will hold off for another episode at least. So, I guess for now, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Still got an arrow stuck in my head. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time on Attack of the B-Team. Bye-bye. See you later. Have a good day.